Hello everybody, we're just doing a quick video on a silica sand skip trowel. It's a skip trowel, but we add silica sand in it. Let's watch this video. Let's do some drywall. Hello everybody, I'm just doing a simple video on a type of texture that we have. This is called a skip trowel, but this skip trowel has sand in it. The sand gives it a gritty appearance, almost looks like a stucco finish with the gritty sand look. Basically, use regular joint compound. Since I'm just doing a couple repairs, I'm just doing a pan by pan. You just get your texture mud, your regular joint compound. You can see the thickness of the batter. It's not too thin, but it's not too thick. You want it to stick to your knife so it can skip easily. This is a silica sand. There's a bunch of different sands out there. There's playground sand, sands for stucco, stuff like that. This is a silica sand. Silica's finer. It's clean sand. If you use playground sand, it's going to be too gritty. Playground sand has little rocks in it, clumps, stuff like that, dirt. So that's why we use the silica sand. It's a clean sand. It's been graded, and it's what you use. I've tried both of them in a pinch. I couldn't find silica sand, so I have used playground sand, but it doesn't come out the same. So get silica sand. Mix pan by pan, just a few ounces mixing it up. If you want it thicker, more grittier look, you just add more sand. When the joint compound that I'm using for the texture dries, it's going to expose the grittiness of the sand. You would think it'd be difficult to do any kind of knife work with a sand grit in your material. If you're skimming out walls or coating walls, it might leave scratches from the gritty sand. But with this skip trowel, you're able to do a simple skip trowel technique. Basically, it's just like the skip trowel. You just dip it in. I use a 6-inch knife. You could use bigger knives, but with the 6-inch knife, you have nice knife control. And if you don't do a lot of knife work, knife control is the #1 technique to get a good pattern. So you can see what I'm doing with the 6-inch knife. I'm just starting on the outside edge. The outside edge with the original texture kind of gives me the pattern. It's just a big, heavy skip trowel. I would call it like a $1/2 thickness of the round clumps. So we just skip trowel it. Maybe you're just trying to do a small project on your patio, or you want something different. You're trying to get creative. Who knows what you're trying to do, but you can add this silica sand to your joint compounds and give it a nice texture. I prefer it on patios. I've seen it inside interior of homes. If it's in an interior home, you have to have more like a southwestern theme or something like that. It looks good on patios because once you paint it, it almost looks like a stucco cement finish. So that's why they like to use it on the patios. It just gives it a gritty finish. My house, I have overhangs, eaves around my house. I do have a silica sand in my texture, so it just gives it that gritty look, sand look. But this is a simple technique using basic silica sand. It's $5 for a big 50-pound bag. You only need a couple handfuls of silica sand and you can do these silica skip trowels. I've tried it in other materials, but it only really works with the skip trowel. I've tried to do like a smooth texture, but when you try to do smooth texture, then the silica sand will actually pull scratches. So just try this, if you want to try something new, maybe just try on a piece of scrap drywall and add some silica sand to your mud and experiment with it. Maybe you like it, maybe not, but this is just a type of texture, just another texture. I just want to make a short video on showing how to do this silica sand texture. I believe on my playlist, my texture playlist, I also have another video of silica sand, but this is once you're done getting all textured up, get everything completed, you always want to just follow through and double check your work. Sure, it's good. Always give it a double check once over from different angles. Sometimes having your face right in your work area, you don't see the full area. So I always like to stand back, If I'm on a ladder, get off the ladder and take a look at my work from a different angle. Double check everything. Give it a once over. Basically give it the approval. Once you get your job completed, always wash up your tools. I like to use a washout area with a hose if possible. If you don't have a hose, then you wash out with a bucket and a sponge. When you're working with silica sands, you want to actually clean out your bucket, your water bucket, clean out everything. Give it an extra wash because you don't want to have that silica sand go into your next projects. You want to make sure you clean all your tools and get rid of all that gritty sand. Sometimes it sticks to your knives and stuff. So you just want to rinse off everything good, clean up your work area because you don't want to get that silica sand mixed up in your next projects. With me, I hardly use silica sand, so when I wash up really good to make sure that silica sand is out of my sponges and off my tools for my next job. But yeah, so hopefully this is a simple tip job, easy job you can do yourself. I'm going to be making several videos like this. We have almost 1,000 subscribers now, so I'm just going to keep adding videos as we keep growing. I am a licensed drywaller. I do work in the field, so I'm usually by myself on these jobs, so I try to record while I'm working. I do the best I can. I know there's a lot of drywall channels out there. It's mostly handyman stuff, but I'm an actual licensed drywaller. So I'm trying to work on these jobs and trying to make videos and try to make a living at the same time. So I had one guy complain about the quality. It's like, I'm not doing this just for a hobby. This is my actual profession. So I'm trying to just do the best I can, trying to help you guys out. I'm not making no money on this. I'm just trying to give you some of my advice and my tips as I'm in the field. Hey, maybe my channel will grow and be somebody. But right now I'm just a drywaller, just trying to help somebody out. But hey, go ahead and like and subscribe these videos. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.